I had a falling out with Steiny. We've been arguing, and I'm pretty sure.
Dan, chill.
I'm so disappointed, you know. And we're still arguing. He's just texting me, "Be a brother," one time. He's making an appeal to like that, like, bro, come on, we're friends, man. Come on, how can you do this to me? But the truth is that
leaving my friendships behind.
I knew about this interview ahead of time. I warned him ahead of time. Don't do it. If you do it, you need to be prepared.
I'm warning you.
They obviously completely failed to have a meaningful conversation with him. But the part that I didn't expect was that after Netanyahu interview was over, they would bring on credible contrasting opinions from Myron, Nick Fuentes, Hassan Piker, and Sneeko. As soon as the Netanyahu interview ends, Myron calls in and they go, "What's the problem?" And Myron goes, "Hey guys, I'm just going to put it to you really simply. The Jews," he doesn't say Israeli or Zionist, he says, "the Jews run the American government and they did 9/11. They are not our friends." What does Steiny do? He does this. Nothing. This is a guy.
Isn't Steiny Jewish?
Yes.
Okay.
This is a guy who I've had in-depth conversations with about anti-Semitism and how much he cares about anti-Semitism and how he wants to do more and how he's, you know, he's a tough guy about it. And if they said that to my face, this and that, bro, you are, as far as I'm concerned, the biggest anti-Semite alive.
New title.
And I'll explain why. Maybe not the biggest. He's the biggest coward alive, and I'll explain this. Well, I think I'll tell you why. My first statement. I'll explain why I think he's the biggest anti-Semite.
Okay.
He goes from having Netanyahu, which is the worst representative for the Jewish people, lets him talk unrestricted. So everyone that already is like anti-Zionist or anti-Semitic is like, "Yep, that's exactly what we thought." And then to counter that, he brings on Myron, Sneeko, Nick Fuentes, and Hassan Piker, who go, "No, don't listen to Netanyahu, who's making you hate Jewish people. Listen to me tell you why actually Jewish people are the problem." It's like, there's no perspective that's not anti-Semitic. It's from one extreme anti-Semitic view to another extreme anti-Semitic view. And Steiny just sits there like a fucking idiot. I was so upset. I didn't think I was going to message with him. I was just going to be like, "Bro, I'm done with you." I was sitting at home last night watching, and just watching those two bozos sit there and just entertain anti-Semite after anti-Semite. It was so upsetting that I had to text him. I was like, "Bro, I'll tell you what I said."
When I went home and finished the interview, I was upset. Like, I was upset already, but I was like, man, we let him off too easy because this is fucking horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I'm glad to hear
Well,
that.
to be fair, none of us had watched it.
His biggest pushback.
It had just come out before he went live.
He literally was like, "Your worst take is that you like a certain fast food."
You like Burger King more than McDonald's.
it was genuinely like appalling.
They said that?
Yeah, they said
that was the only thing that
most I've disagreed with you so far.
He said that.
Like
Yeah, that's your worst take. He said, "Dude,
it's like, oh, not the murders you've carried out." I don't know.
And so the thing is, too, after the interview, Steiny and Kyle both try to spin it like, "Bro, just look at the comments. Just because we platform someone doesn't mean it's going to go good for them. It doesn't mean we agree with them. It just means that we bring them on and give them their own rope to hang themselves," sort of thing. It's like, that is not what you did. If people don't like him, it's no credit to you. You sat there like fucking idiots for Netanyahu to spew his shit, and then you sat there for idiots for fucking Nick Fuentes, a self-described anti-Semite, to spew his shit. Like, you do nothing except platform the worst people alive with zero responsibility, zero ethical, critical assessment. And again, this conversation is so dumb. You can interview whoever the fuck you want. as long as you responsibly platform them. It takes a lot of preparation to responsibly platform somebody like Netanyahu, or even someone like Nick Fuentes, who has all these niche little stories about anti-Semitism that if you're not studied up on him, you're not going to know anything to say about it. And it'll be like, yeah, the dancing Israelis, you know, they did 9/11. And it's like, what?
He somehow was able to make both sides of well, it's not even the same. Like, you can't even compare it because one's the devil. Like Netanyahu's the devil, but he somehow made people who are pro-Israel look bad, and people who are pro-Palestinian look bad by bringing on fucking Myron and fucking these other anti-Semites.
That's my problem is that he came at it. He's perpetuating anti-Semitism twofold, in the worst ways possible. The worst ways possible. What a utter fucking failure. What a failure.
Chill.
All right, I said this. Bro, you are such a fuck up. I was so upset.
Guns blazing.
I wasn't going to message him. I was so upset. You are such a fuck up. Don't ever talk to me about anti-Semitism again. You are the same as any of those Nazis. You are one of them. What are you talking about? Ignorance is an excuse for platforming Sneeko, Myron, Nick Fuentes, and Hassan. What the fuck is wrong with you? Bro, you think that was my decision? Yes.
I think you're missing someone from that list.
Yeah.
The thing is, I feel like nobody's even agreeing with Netanyahu. Everybody's watching that and seeing it for like just a bunch of bullshit.
Well, God,
and the comments are all terrible. The upvotes are terrible.
Well, thank
and then
God.
He brings on a bunch
Thank
of
God.
That's
You know?
And then the people they're agreeing with, his audience, are with these people. The people who he's agreeing with, right? In the comments and in chat, the live chat,
tellers.
is Sneeko, Myron, Nick Fuentes. If you go to the live chat, you go to the comments, those are the ones who are getting facts. Netanyahu, I don't think gained anything from doing that interview because
He just looked like even more of a
he
moron.
looks dumb. He's bad at doing propaganda. He just
bad.
looks cartoonishly evil,
Yeah.
and they look cartoonishly dumb for just sitting there nodding along. So obviously, they're obviously platforming him was a huge mistake, just because they're. If they brought someone that was prepared, or if they prepared, I mean, I don't think they could ever prepare or be capable of having that conversation. It could have been an interesting conversation. I don't think Netanyahu would have consented to participate in something like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I have not seen one person anywhere on the internet say, "Good job, fellas."
Yo, can you put on
Or
Astro
Netanyahu
But
really.
even-
This interview really changed my perspective on the war.
Right, yeah.
Not
Killed it,
one.
bro.
Even 32K
Foreign
likes
affairs.
is scary. I mean, I'm glad they're getting fucking roasted,
Oh,
but
man, it's a miss for
The
the
vibe
Nut
right now.
Boys.
How did you start the message again?
Let me read it.
I want to hear that again, please. From the top, as they say.
I said, "Bro, you are such a fuck up.
Okay, thank you.
Don't ever talk to me about anti-Semitism again. You are literally one of those Nazis.
Are you?
Ignorance is not an excuse for platforming these people. What the fuck is wrong with you?" He said something to the effect of, "That wasn't my decision." And I said, "You sat there, bro. I'm out." And he goes, "Well, I asked you to be there," something to that effect. And I said, "Why the fuck would I want to participate in that?" Grow a
Can you put on
spine. Tell them you
Astroworld?
aren't going to sit there with him. Sneeko, Hassan, Myron, don't sit there and listen to them, bro. Grow a spine. Walk off the fucking screen. Jesus Christ, dude. I said you showed Netanyahu who is the worst of us, who everybody hates, and then you bring on a bunch of anti-Semites to counter it. It's a fucking anti-Semitism party. Fuck you. Right? He says something to the effect of, "I didn't do anything." I said, "You are a coward.
Thank
You are
How old is
spineless."
he?
Steiny?
If he's
Old
just
enough to
claiming,
know
like,
better.
I didn't do
35.
anything.
Grown up.
I have no say. Like, how old are you?
30
He's
plus?
35.
and
35? He might be. He might be. I think he's in his
They
third.
said it's 30 in the interview.
Try
Yeah,
to think,
there
but
you-
nothing happens.
Okay, so not that far from.
Oh,
35.
28.
Then he tries to hit me with one of these. He goes, bro,
Bro.
you have falling outs with people all the time.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Your fans are angry at me, so you drop me. Which is, listen, dude. I don't care. Whatever. Let's just talk about the issue here, okay? To which I responded, "You are a coward, man. You are spineless. Till you grow a spine and stand up for yourself and for the right thing, instead of talking big BTS, I don't care. You aren't with us." Says you're delusional. I said, "Okay, bro, enjoy." And then he keeps messaging. He sent me some voice notes, which I just listened to. I couldn't listen to them until this morning on the way to work. I listened to them, but it was just a bunch of bullshit.
Did he sing you an apology song?
No, it was just like this whole like, bro, come on, we're bros. Like, how you gonna fucking ditch me when I'm down?
I said it on Monday before he even said it, that he thought in his mind that it's going to be like Tate or OJ, and that when you're telling him not to do it, he's thinking, oh, because you're used to your woke audience. Not, he has no idea he ended up saying that after, and that I've had OJ, I had Tate on, but yeah, he had no idea.
Duh. Well, also,
The OJ one's a bad example because they actually did
yeah, the
confront
OJ one was
on
also
his
set up
crime.
to ask him
Yeah.
like if he did it or
Yeah.
some shit.
But even if they didn't,
The Tate one's more
OJ
comparable, for
times
sure.
100,000.
The Tate one, I mean, Tate is a terrible person, and there's no excuse for platforming him either.
Yeah.
It just so happens that all the people in their audience who love Tate also, incidentally, are hating Netanyahu too. Probably because they're part of more closer to Myron and Nick Fuentes and their assessment
Tate's
of Jewish
kinda-
influence.
on that same wave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then when Myron goes, yo, the Jews are not our friends. They did 9/11, and they're trying to drag America into a war. Not Israelis, not Zionists, the Jews, he says. And then this is Kyle's reaction. He goes, what? Are you serious, dude?
Bro, are you serious right now, bro?